Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Yeah, the old clock says it's 5 o'clock. Beer 30. Let's go see what's in the fridge today.
Hey everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. I do appreciate you stopping by. Today's beer comes from Founders Brewing. This is their Curmudgeon's Better Half. Guys, I did the Curmudgeon a while back. I don't know, I didn't go back and look how far back it was. This is the Better Half version, and everybody that's married or has a girlfriend has a better half. So hopefully this is going to be a tasty treat. It is a big beer coming in at 12.70%. Untapped has it at 45 IBUs. Founders make some really tasty stuff. Some of their stuff is really hard to get a hold of. I'm not sure if this was available at the beer store. I don't get over there too often. And I will tell you that I had one sent to me by Cody, and then I had another one sent to me a couple of days later from Rico. So I've actually got two of these. So I'm not going to review both of them. So I want to do the shout out to Cody and to Rico for sending me these beers. Cody's, and I'm going to read both notes. Cody writes, Founders Better Half Curmudgeon is the base beer used on this maple syrup bourbon barrel aged treat. At almost 13%, it is tasty. And he says it's $17 for a 4-pack where he is at. So, and from Rico says 12.7 old ale brewed with molasses and aged in bourbon barrels previously used for Michigan maple syrup. Bottled on 8/13/18, date and ABV are in faint white ink, but on the back label it was around $17 for a 4-pack. And untapped commercial description says Curmudgeon is an old ale brewed with molasses, aged in oak. It becomes better half after aging for 254 days in bourbon barrels that have more recently been aging Michigan maple syrup. As a result, Curmudgeon's Better Half is a bit sweeter than their miserly counterpart. So, now that I have two of them, we're going to review a fresh bottle here. And then I got the second one to age for a while. So, I may even re-review one of these beers a year or so down the road. So, we're going to put that away in the back of the fridge and may re-review it if I don't get a chance to get a fresher bottle at a later date. But a lot of these old ales, the bourbon barrels, especially in the magnitude this is at 12.7%, a lot of times they age very well, and they're actually better after they're sitting in the bottle for a year, 2, 3, or 5, or even 10 years or longer. So, final beer of the evening for me, guys. So that's all we need to talk about. So let's get this thing opened up. 12-ounce bottle here. And once again, thanks to Cody and to Rico for sending me a version of this beer. Into the glass we go. We're going to pour this fairly aggressive unless it starts producing a monster head. We've already got a half a finger already, so I better ease up on that. I'm using my Sovereign beer glass today, guys. As you can see, with that fairly aggressive pour, we got a nice big 2 fingers of head on that. It looks like a barley wine or an old ale. It's got a nice mahogany reddish ruby color to it. I can see light through the thin part of the glass down here. Definitely looks like a filtered beer, guys. To the nose we go. Nice bourbon notes, rich roasted malt. Nice sweetness from the maple syrup. Smells very, very nice, guys. Exceptionally well nice. Exceptionally well nice? I don't think that's a word. Smells good. Let's leave it at that. Smells really good. Wonderful aroma, guys. The bourbon notes are there. They're not off the chain or anything, but I am getting the bourbon notes. Well, it's time. Let's dive in. Cheers, Cody. Cheers, Rico. Thank you both, my brothers. Oh, that is really nice. And this is fresh. Guys, this is just going to get better the longer you leave it in the bottle. I'm so glad I got an extra bottle. So that will cellar for quite a while in the fridge. Guys, I will put that away for a while. I may even write if I can't see the date. Yeah, it's got the date on the back of the bottle where I can see, so I will put that one away for a while. We may revisit this a year or so down the road if I don't get another bottle that's fresher. It'd be good to see how it changes or matures or combines and comes together after it's in the bottle a year or more. Hints of toffee, caramel, black molasses. Maybe a faint hint of some cherries in there. Very tasty beer. Very, very tasty. Well, let me go down on the deck, fire up my stogie, let her taste it, and probably have to pry it out of her little hands. And we'll come back after it warms up to room temperature and see what kind of grade this thing's going to get. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just to the left here. Been sipping on about 30 minutes or so. Very tasty, guys. Very, very tasty. Very well done beer from these guys at Founders. I think I prefer this one over the regular Curmudgeon. I like those bourbon notes. It's not off the chain in the bourbon, but you can taste it. It's there. Definitely getting the rich roasted malt, caramel, toffee, molasses. I'm getting hints of cherries along with the bourbon. Very tasty. 12.7%. Slight hint of some alcohol in there. It's not completely hidden, but I mean, how can you hide the alcohol? Almost a 13%er. So, but it's no burning or anything like that. Very tasty beer if your palate is accustomed to drinking that magnitude of a beer. Just be aware, if you're drinking this in a bar or brew pub, please have a designated driver. One of these is enough to get a DUI in the state of Virginia. So drink responsibly, guys. Call an Uber or a taxi or whatever you got to do if you're not drinking this at home. That's why I drink these beers here. I'm not driving anywhere. I'm not going to hurt anybody. All I got to do is stumble into the bedroom and fall down. So that being said, I did enjoy this beer. So once again, thanks to Cody and to Rico for sending me this beer. So I do have one to cellar for a while. And if I don't get another one down the road, we may re-review or revisit this beer a year or more down the road. So that being said, let's dive in and do the final chug. Awesome aroma. Very nice. Very, very nice beer. I would buy this beer, guys. ABV is on the bottle. Bottled on date is on the bottle. Not a whole lot more than you can ask for there, guys. So to me, it's a well done beer. I do think it's an A beer. I'm going to give it an A. 95, right down the middle of the A category, guys. Very tasty beer. If you say, oh my God, that's a 10 beer, I would not argue with that. I would not argue with that whatsoever. But I'm putting it where I think it should be. So 95 for me. In the middle of the A category, over to Beer Advocate, they say 4.31 out of 5. Awesome numbers from them. They are saying it's outstanding, and I agree. Over to Untapped, they have it at 4.23. Not quite as good as numbers there, but Untapped is a little more realistic as far as their ratings as opposed to Beer Advocate or Rate Beer, which we don't use anymore. And I don't know how much longer we're going to use Beer Advocate, but I still like to give you that information, guys. There I have subscribers telling me, oh, you should stop even telling us about what they're saying. But I try to give you as much information as I can from different sites. But it is what it is. Beer tastes are very subjective. What I may love here, you may think this is an awful beer. And then again, you may think it's a 10 beer. So it all depends on what you like to drink, and where your palate is. So, very well done beer. Enjoyed this. Would buy this beer. So if you've had this one from Founders Brewing, their Curmudgeon's Better Half, a bourbon barrel aged version, which I love that style of beer, whether it's an old ale or stout or imperial porter. I love those bourbon notes. I really do. So, well done beer. So if you've had it, let me know what you think, guys. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.